Hello, people of YouTube. This is Gray's Guitars. I am Steve Gray. Little late today, but better late than never, if you will. So this is very interesting. Very interesting because there's a lot of Klon clones out there trying to enunciate those words, but they are suing Behringer and basically saying that it is a blatant ripoff of the original. So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I mean, the Klon pedal, I think, has been around since, I think it got created somewhere in the 90s. We can go ahead and look that up real quick. And the original one, let's see if we got any information here. Klon Centaur, 1994 to 2008. 2014 redesigned it. Well, I think it was generally the same circuit, but yeah, $20,000. Expensive pedal. So, not just another clone, but instead a blatant counterfeit of the Klon's legendary pedal. Klon creator Bill Finnegan is suing Behringer over the design of its Centaur Overdrive. Finnegan has accused Behringer's counterfeit pedal of using Klon's trade dress and exploiting his firm's reputation. Bill Finnegan, the creator of the iconic Klon Centaur pedal, has filed a lawsuit against Behringer owner Music Tribe for its $69 Klon copy. The Overdrive pedal, which launched in 1994, I guess if I read the article, I wouldn't have had to look that up, has since become one of the world's most sought-after pedals. Its success and limited production runs also mean that it's one of the most copied stomp boxes in the game, with Finnegan warning that fake Centaurs were being sold for big money back in 2023. That is true. The pedal's legendary status and soaring price on the second-hand market has seen countless manufacturers capitalize on the hype. JHS Not a Klon is one of those, usually with far more accessibility priced pedals. You can get like a knockoff on Amazon for like $30. Oh yeah, right here, JHS nope, doesn't say that. Klon copies are a dime a dozen, with Joe Bonamassa and Way Huge virtually identical. Deep State and JHS Build It Yourself Not a Klon, just two recent additions to the ever-growing copyist market. By and large, Finnegan accepts that it's a natural side effect of building a pedal that every guitarist is desperate to own. However, he feels Behringer pedals, which was released in November of last year, blatantly infringes upon specific intellectual property owned by my company, by Finnegan's company. Put simply, Finnegan feels Behringer copies go a step further than being inspired by the Klon circuitry. He files allegedly it uses trademark imagery. Its marketing hinges on the original Klon's mystique, and it essentially pretends to be a Klon made when it is anything but. Unlike nearly every other pedal currently shown on the Behringer website, the counterfeit Centaur does not include the Behringer mark on the face of the pedal. This is true. Despite there being ample space for it, notes the Klon team and its complaint. So, I think that's an original right there. Yep, and then here's kind of a post, him talking about going after your attorneys here. We'll go ahead and take a read at that. So this is what I believe Phineas is saying here. Right, Phineas is the guy's name. Bill Finnegan, sorry, my mistake. Hi everyone, quick heads up that this past Friday, 5/30/25, IP attorneys have filed a federal lawsuit against a well-known pedal manufacturer and is currently marketing and mass-producing a pedal that we believe blatantly infringes upon specific intellectual property owned by my company, Klon LLC. For the record, I have never been consulted in any way about this pedal. It has never been authorized by me, and I have never had involvement whatsoever in its design, production, or marketing. You may have questioned about this pedal, so I encourage you to read the filed complaint, which you can access via the hyperlink. So this is on his Instagram. Klon LLC has now been added to the bio of this Klon's Instagram. Please note that I do not plan to publicly comment on this matter while the litigation is pending. Good choice. Don't talk about it until it plays out in the courts. If you're interested in buying an authentic Centaur pedal, please keep an eye out for the eBay auctions by Klon LLC. So eBay seller ID is Klon Direct Sales, as I have been and plan to continue hand building and selling new Centaur pedals through at least Klon's eBay sales channel. Thanks to everyone who supported me with regard to the Klon-related efforts over the years. I have always greatly appreciated it. Announcing the trademark dispute via Instagram, Finnegan says he was never consulted about the pedal, didn't authorize it, had no involvement in it, nothing along those lines. The complaint states Finnegan has built and continues to build pedals, so despite gaining a U.S. federal trademark registered for the Centaur in 2019, it says Behringer decided to throw its hat in the ring by announcing the launch of the Overdrive pedal. They shamelessly named the Centaur Overdrive. So, original here on the left, the Behringer copy on the right, and the knobs are a little bit different. The font's a little bit different. I think in general it's a little bit smaller, but it does say Centaur Overdrive, so I mean, I guess it's going to be hard because they look very, very similar. The main difference that I think is going to be in Behringer's favor is that the knobs are different and they have the word overdrive on there. So yes, I know it doesn't say Behringer. It might on the back. It's something we'll take a look at here shortly. But let's see if we can do Behringer Klon. Let's see if we can get some images of it. Do we have... I would like to see the back, very much so. Do they show you the back of the pedal? It'd be cooler if they did. Let's just do images here, and let's see if I can find the back of the pedal. Maybe. Back. We'll just put back. Oh, do I really have to go and find a video? Let's see here. It's going to make me find a whole freaking video just so I can show you the back of the pedal.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone.
Alright, so let's see if we can actually see the back of this thing. I would like to see... Oh, here we are. Okay, so there we go right there. So, now, while they don't show... Let's see here. I'm going to pause it. So while it doesn't say Behringer on the front, it does in fact say Behringer on the back with a big old sticker. So that is also going to play a factor. I like this guy too, Company Grip Guitar. Feel free to check out his channel. I believe I'm subscribed to his channel, so check him out. But yeah, at least we know now that the back of it definitely says Behringer. So somewhere on the pedal it says Behringer. So in its initial press material for the Centaur Overdrive, Behringer claims that its budget stomp box delivered the original legendary transparent boost overdrive with huge dynamic range and emphasized the pedal's affordability compared to secondhand units, which occasionally surface on Reverb and eBay. Finnegan argues the nuisance of the Centaur's tones could not be properly recreated on such a shoestring budget. So, I mean, I kind of doubt that. I hate to say Chinese labor, but yeah, that plays a big factor into why Behringer can make a Klon clone for significantly cheaper. Is it a one-for-one? I think we need to look and see. You know, that'd be something where you'd have to look up and see if somebody has both, because I do not have an original, nor do I plan to ever buy an original. Too expensive for my blood. Not unless I magically had some John Mayer or Joe Bonamassa money, then maybe. But even then, I feel like I'd rather buy a guitar than a pedal. Anyway, another key argument, likeness of the pedal to the original. Most Klon copies are styled and branded in a manner that sets them apart from the original. In some previous cases, manufacturers have successfully argued that the marks they're accused of infringing have become generic in the eyes of consumers, but that would seem like a much easier argument to make around something like a Strat's outline than the Centaur branding. As the Klon company alleges, Behringer pedal copies nearly every element of the Centaur trade dress, while the complaints add that its promotional video exclusively discusses the original Klon while depictively and continuously showing the Behringer counterfeit pedal. This isn't the first time Behringer, known for its original affordable gear, it's affordable, not original, it's affordable gear imitations, has ruffled industry feathers. In February, Musitronics called out Behringer for another $69 replica, stating that the marking surrounding its Mutron 3 enveloped filter, a $2 billion company assimilating the history of Musitronics as it was their own. It'll be fascinating to see how the lawsuit develops and what it could ultimately mean for the future of Behringer and wider pedal Klon market. So we'll see what's going to happen here. So here's some important factors that I think probably why Behringer is going to win this. For starters, they have more money. So it's not about whether it's right or wrong. It's about who I think is actually going to win this. So Behringer has more money. Let's just start with that. The size of this is physically smaller. So the size compared to the original is physically smaller. They are not using the exact same knobs. They are using a little bit different font. It says Centaur Overdrive, not just Centaur. So there's that. And it also has a specific Behringer sticker on the back of it identifying its branding as a Behringer product. So that is kind of why I hate to say I think this isn't going to go nowhere. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody else will decide other way. But in terms of this, there's a lot of Klon copies out there. This one, I would say, in terms of looking like the original, is pretty friggin' close. But honestly, if you go on a site, I think like AliExpress or something, and get something direct from China, you can probably find something that's almost a 1-1 in terms of size and fonts and all of that. Even the switch looks a little different on the front there as well. But I just think that it's different enough that you would not confuse it with an original. I mean, if you're a beginner, maybe, but anyone that knows Behringer as a company, the second they turn it over, okay, that's a Behringer product, no big deal. Sure, it's just a sticker and you can probably peel it off. If they do win, I think it's probably going to be Behringer's going to have to do a payout to Finnegan. And they will probably keep this exactly the same, minus they will have a Behringer logo on the front of it. I think that's ultimately what would happen. They're not going to, I highly doubt they would stop making this. This might, if they do, the first versions will become rare and will go up in terms of reverb, things along those lines. They will be more money if that's what ends up happening. But it's going to take some time. It'll be interesting to see how this ends up laying out, and that's kind of my general thoughts on it. Let's see what happens in the future. Maybe they'll have to stop making it, but I think it's different enough that it's gonna kind of go nowhere. That's kind of my final thoughts on it. And if there is an update, I will do a second video about the kind of the court conclusion on this. Until next time, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell, leave a like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And as always, have a good one.